So who do you really want to work with as a coach? Who do you want to talk with as a speaker? Who do you want to really connect with? Who is that exact audience? I'm going to show you the 6P process to identify the exact people you want to work with. Let's get started. Hi, I'm Jon Cook. I'm the founder of Keynote Content. Over the last 5 years, I work with close to 1,200 business coaches and consultants just like you, helping clarify your message so that you can connect with other humans who want to work with you and change the world for good. What I've found is that many coaches say, I have this group, and maybe even a third group of people I want to work with, but they're pretty different. There's not a lot of overlap. How do I choose? I have expertise, I have some experience, I have interests. How do I choose the right one for my coaching business into the future? I developed the 6P process a while back that helping coaches like you identify, here's the exact audience. The first thing I want to think about is that you can take a piece of paper, you can draw this on a paper and put out this graph. I'm going to walk you through each of these 6 Ps and then we'll go from there. The first one is purpose. Yeah! Not just why you do what you do, but saying, okay, if I'm working with this audience, how purposeful is it if I help this audience succeed? Let's say it's audience 1. Then you have audience 2, and let's say let's even put audience 3 here. How purposeful is it if I work with this group of people? And on a scale of 1 being very, very low and 10 being the highest, amazing purpose, whatnot, how would you give them a number arbitrarily? I help people who have struggled to get financial freedom. That's amazing. That creates generational wealth. That helps create a lot less stress and really helps families really stay together and grow and make memories. That's amazing. Amazing purpose. I'd probably put that as a 9. And by the way, when you do the 1 through 10, you can't use number 7. So the number 7 is out. You can't use the number 7, okay? No number 7. You can't use number 7. Oh! Let's say it's pretty high purpose. Probably an 8. Now think about your other audience. How purposeful is it if you help those people succeed? If you coach them to succeed, saying like, it's maybe not as purposeful as the other one. I can't use a 7, so I need to use a 6. I'll use a 6. Think about if you have a third audience, put whatever the number is. So you probably put, let's say that's a 6 as well. That's fine. That's the first P. Second one is what I call your passion. How passionate are you to help these people? How passionate are these people to receive coaching from somebody like you? You might say, I'm over the moon excited. It's a 10 for me. I love having this first people, this 10, but I also really care about these other people. So this one's a 10 as well. This third one, I think that one I'm pretty excited about, but I have other areas. There's a reason why I have a third audience. Okay, that's fine. We'll get to that. You might say, okay, well maybe that one is more of an 8. That's fine. That's fine. We'll keep going with this. Purpose, passion. The third one is what I call profitability. I'm just going to write profit here because profitability is kind of a long word to write out, but profitability. If you were to focus just on this audience, how profitable would that be as a coach? Is it a more lucrative industry? Let's say it's medical, or let's say it's dental, or it's something in financial, in the financial district. Well, this third group, let's say you want to work with financial advisors. Profitability, that's a 10. That's pretty high up there. This second group, maybe it's not as profitable. Maybe it's small business owners. It could be very profitable, but let's say, just on the conservative side, let's say, hey, that's an 8. Profitability, maybe this first thing, I'm really passionate, but it's nonprofits, so it's low profitability. That one might be more like a 3 or a 4. Let's say a 4, large nonprofits, we'll say. Now you start to see how these numbers are starting to add up here. We'll get to that in a second. The fourth one is what I call kind of your prior experience working specifically in that industry or with that group of people. If I have this first one again, large nonprofits, can coach large nonprofits, saying I was in the nonprofit space. I have a lot of experience. I would say it's probably 8 or a 9. 9's my favorite number, by the way. Let's say it's a 9. The second one, small business owners, saying I don't really have a lot of experience with small business owners, but I have more over the last couple of years, so maybe I would give that a 6. Financial advisor, saying I'm not really in the financial space, but I know that that's something that's interesting, that I'm passionate about, and I know that's good profitability, but my experience is pretty low on that. I might say that that's like a 3. And now you come to the fifth one. You tracking so far? Proficiency. How proficient are you with coaching somebody in this specific area? You might say you have previous experience, but did that previous experience actually lead to proficiency for you moving forward? I have a lot of prior experience working with, like I say, large nonprofits. My proficiency, as I'm very good at that. I'm a 10. And yes, you are a 10. I think you're a 10 in a lot of things. Proficiency though, and saying, hey, small business owners, you might say, I know this coaching I can do. Let's say it's less industry specific, but more skill specific. It doesn't matter what industry it is. I'm a 9 or a 10. Like, I'm extremely good. I dream in spreadsheets and flow charts and all that. Okay, your proficiency might be incredibly good. So you might say, hey, that's a 10 across the board for all of these. That's fantastic. That's really, really good. Now the sixth one here is going to take a little bit of trust. For you specifically, for people in your life, your best friend, your business partner, your life partner, your kids, other people that know you well, your mentor, and I hope you do have at least one mentor. I know I have 4 different mentors in different areas of life, that people who have a perspective who can speak into your coaching business and give you some direction for the future. What I will say, this sixth one, you need to be open to the fact that you might hear hard truth that may be uncomfortable for you. You might say, I was hoping they'd say this, but they actually told me the truth. So look for perspectives who will tell you the truth, that don't need your approval to give you the truth. Somebody who truly cares about you, somebody you know, like, and trust, that you know that can give you a perspective that's balanced and fair. It might be a little biased, but they will give you the true perspective. Let's say that it's your spouse. Let's say it's your life partner, your husband, wife, whomever you're connected with, your life partner. What's their perspective about me working with large nonprofits? What's their perspective on me working and coaching for small business owners and then for financial advisors? And they might say, you know what, you've been talking about working with financial advisors ever since I met you. It's something that I feel like this is maybe you were born to do, and I see that you love talking about this idea of helping financial advisor firms really have great operations in place. That feels like that's so in your sweet spot. You may not have the experience in it, but I know you're really, really good at building systems and workflows. That's something that you can do. What if you use and you focus on that? So your partner might say, hey, from their perspective, like, this is a 10. This is what you were made to do. This is what they see you just light up and get excited and passionate about. It's a mirror reflecting, here's what I'm seeing in your life. And for you, with a skill set and an interest and a passion, go for it. They might say, I saw you get burned out in the nonprofit space. And for me, I just don't think it's a good idea for you to get back into working with nonprofits because of how it burned you. Or maybe it's small business owners or couples or whatever it might be. So their perspective, just using this as an example, I think that this would probably be, you would do really well, but I would have some concerns about your long-term burnout. And their perspective might be, you've never really run a business. And you might have some background experience, but it goes, I know that small business owners, it's a lot of uncertainty. So if you want to go into it, that's great, but I think that might be more like a 6. Okay, that's fine. When they give you the perspective, this is the key part. When they give you the perspective, accept it all with love. Accept it all, saying they're sharing this with me because I have to believe that they're doing this because they care about me. So now that you have these 3 columns, you see these numbers here, you can do, using the 6P process here, you can say, what does this look like? 14, 24, 27, 37, 47. 47 there. You got 16, 24, 30, 40, 46. Right here, 18, 22, 31, 41, 45. Oh, you might say, I'm looking at this and I see this is my aggregate number between these 3. You have it very, very close, very, very close between the 3 processes. First glance at those numbers. What does your gut tell you? What's your gut feeling? You're looking at saying, like, financial advisors, no, I don't feel good about that. Okay, your gut will then guide you through. Your intuition will help you understand these are the numbers you maybe arbitrarily put on the board based on what you feel is right, based on what you know to be true. What do those numbers tell you? Is that really the people that you are excited about? Because when you look at those numbers and say, hey, I landed on audience 3 and I didn't expect that. Let that sink in. Show that to your partner. Show that to your mentor. Show it to people you care about, saying, like, do you see this? This is how I feel. Have your partner, your business partner, your life partner, your best friend, have them fill this out, knowing what they know about you. Somebody who really knows you best, give their own scores and then compare their scores against yours and see if something comes out where you say, let's see what shows up on their scores that might help inform your perspective. It's still your life. It's still your choice. But having other people that you trust speak into this conversation can really help you identify, here are the exact people that I know I want to coach. And the good news is, no matter what you choose, you can always change it in the future. Sprint on this for 3, 6 months, whatever it might be, a year, and give it a good amount of time to find out, is this something you truly are passionate about? That it is profitable, that you do feel like you're fulfilling a great purpose with it, and you can always change. I gave you a ton of information about how to pick the right audience for your coaching business. If you love what I shared, go and hit subscribe to catch more of my videos about how to grow your coaching business by connecting with the right people with your message. I also created another video about figuring out how to talk about your business in a way that is natural, easy, and comfortable. No elevator pitch to memorize, no stumbling over buzzwords and trying to jam pack everything in, just natural, easy, comfortable way to talk about your coaching business, like a human. So go ahead and hit play on that video. We'll see you there.